Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 10th monthly web workshop on Fluke Connect. Today's topic is Fluke Connect Teams. We will go over all of the basic functionality available in the Teams tab. My name is Chaun Carda. I'm a Tier 2 Technical Support Engineer and the Fluke lead. So a few housekeeping items before we begin today. There we go. The session will be recorded. Phones will be muted. Type questions at any time. Please limit questions to the topic of the session, and questions will be answered at the end of the presentation. Our agenda, or the purpose of this session, is really to introduce you to Fluke Connect Teams. So I will start by providing you with a high-level overview of Fluke Connect. Then I will provide an overview of Fluke Connect Teams. Next, I will discuss how Fluke Connect Teams work and provide a live demo of the features. And finally, I will answer any questions during the questions and answers section at the end of the presentation. Our first section is a high-level overview of Fluke Connect. I just want to cover a few basic facts about Fluke Connect for anyone that may be new to the software. Fluke Connect works with over 80 different tools in 11 different categories, including digital multimeters, clamp meters, installation testers, vibration meters, scope meters, process meters, thermometers, insulation testers, infrared cameras, power loggers, and power quality monitors. The easiest way to tell if a tool will work with the Fluke Connect software is if it has the letters FC in the model name. So the 376 FC clamp meter, 1664 FC installation tester, T3000 FC temperature module, all would be Fluke Connect enabled. And the software is available in 73 different countries. One other important note, the Fluke Connect measurement software is 100% free. So please give it a try if you haven't done so already. So next, I want to cover an overall flow of how the data is stored and moved through the various systems. So next to the number 1, let's say you have an intermittent blower motor problem with a rooftop HVAC package unit. So you're having some issues with this piece of equipment. So you grab, in step number 2, you've grabbed your 376 FC clamp meter to help diagnose the issue, and you connect it to the blower motor. In step number 3, the 376 FC tool communicates the readings from the tool to the Fluke Connect mobile app via a Bluetooth connection. Then the Fluke Connect mobile app will upload the readings to the Fluke Connect cloud where they are permanently stored. That happens in step 4 here. Now, if the cell phone is out of range, the data will be stored on the phone until it reconnects to either a cell signal or a Wi-Fi signal, and then the data will be uploaded from the mobile app to the Fluke Connect cloud. And finally, in step number 5, once the data is located in the Fluke Connect cloud, users can then access their data in the cloud via any web-enabled device, such as a web browser, the mobile app, or a desktop software. So as I just noted at the end of the previous slide, the Fluke Connect software works in 3 different applications: the Fluke Connect mobile app, the web app, and the desktop app. Now, the Fluke Connect mobile app is the key interface for capturing measurements from the tools. The Fluke Connect web app is where you go to create assets and perform analysis. And the Fluke Connect desktop app is the key interface for downloading thermal images and creating thermal image reports. The next thing that is important to know is that Fluke Connect software comes in 3 different tiers. So these are the 3 different tiers of software. And this is one of the more confusing aspects about the Fluke Connect software, so here's a quick overview. The first tier is Fluke Connect Measurements, which is available to all users for free. This tier enables users to capture measurements from their tools and save the data to the cloud, just like I explained in the previous one of the previous slides. The second tier is Fluke Connect Assets, which comes with a 1-year free trial for users and is $250 per license per person after that. This tier includes all of the features available in the measurements tier, plus asset management, asset health tracking, and work order management. Now, the third and final tier is Fluke Connect Condition Monitoring. This tier includes the first year of software subscription and hardware. And this tier also includes the features available in both the measurements tier and the assets tier. Okay, the next section is the Fluke Connect Teams overview, where I will provide you with an overview of Fluke Connect Teams. So, what is Fluke Connect Teams? It's simply the area in the Fluke Connect software where you go to manage all of your Fluke Connect team members and their licenses. Here on the left, you can see everyone on our team. And then a subset of that team is going to be our Fluke Connect team here. We've assigned the appropriate Fluke Connect license based on the team member's skills and role at the company. So Joe's been with the company a few months now, so we've assigned him the Fluke Connect Assets license, and that's the middle tier of the software, if you remember from the last slide. Then we have Tammy. Tammy, she's our resident expert, so she has access to the top tier of the software, which is the Fluke Connect condition monitoring software, and it's for her specifically, it's the vibration license. And finally, we've got Max. Max is the new hire at the company, so he has the lowest level of access. He's got the free Fluke Connect measurements level of access. So what are some of the Fluke Connect team features? Well, we start with the ability to add team members. Then we can move on to the ability to assign a license to a team member. Remember, license types are going to be those 3 tiers: measurements, assets, or condition monitoring. Then we have the ability to assign an administrator role to a team member. And finally, we have the ability to delete team members. It's a pretty standard set of team management features: adding, deleting, and assigning license types. You'll see most of these features available in most enterprise level software packages. So earlier in the presentation, I explained that there were 3 different applications: the mobile app, the web app, and the desktop app. But the Fluke Connect Teams functionality is only available in 2 of the 3. As you see here, it's available in the mobile app and the web app, but it's not available in the desktop app. There's really no need to have access to the Fluke Connect Teams functionality in the desktop app, since that app is primarily used for handling thermal images. So here's what Fluke Connect Teams looks like in the web and mobile app. So here's a screenshot of the web app, and here's a couple of screenshots of the mobile app. But you have the, in general, I would recommend using the web app for most Fluke Connect Teams functionality because it's easier to maneuver in the web app, but you still have the ability to use the mobile app when needed. And I will be showing you both versions later in the presentation. There we go. So remember how I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation that the Fluke Connect software comes in 3 different tiers? Well, the Teams functionality is available in all 3 tiers. So you can manage your team regardless of what tier you have, which makes sense because you have to have the ability to add team members and delete team members, whether you're using the free version, the middle tier version, or the top tier version of the software. So here's what the Fluke Connect Teams tab looks like in the web app. So in order to access the team information, you'll want to go to the black bar at the top of the web browser, and you'll select the option that says Team. And once you do that, then it'll bring you to this screen, And in the main area of the screen here next to the number 2, you can see we have a list of all of the members of my team. I'm logged into my demo account as Riley Russell, so that's the name I've got here, Riley Russell. I've also got Steve Sampson, Mark Manning, and Travis Turner, and you can see that each one of their email addresses is also listed, because I know nowadays people have multiple email addresses, so it's good to know which email address that person's using as a part of your team. Just a little bit over to the right, we can see all the different license types. So I'm Riley, I've got the assets free trial. Steve's also got the assets free trial. Now Mark, he is only at the measurements level. So his assets free trial actually expired because he's been around a lot longer and using the Fluke Connect software. So his 1-year free trial has expired. And Travis, he's got the assets free trial as well. Next to the number 3, under Actions, you can see that each one of the users has a little pencil icon next to their name. And if you're familiar with the Fluke Connect software, you know that the pencil icon means the ability to edit. So if I wanted to go in and edit this user account, which is mine, I can click the edit pencil. Same for Steve and Mark and Travis. I also have the ability to use the trash can icon, which would delete each one of these users. So if I click on the trash can next to Steve, it will delete him. You'll notice that I don't have the ability to delete my own account, and that's because I'm assigned as the team lead and the administrator. So before I can delete myself or remove myself from the team, I have to designate a new team lead. Okay, next to the number 4, we've got the blue invite button. If I wanted to add new team members to my team, I would need to click on the blue invite button, and that would take me to the screen where I'd enter some additional information. And then over here next to the number 5, we've got manage. So this is where I can go if I need to manage my licenses, if I need to say purchase more licenses. I can use the click buy license button. This will send an email to the Fluke Connect team telling them that you're interested in purchasing more licenses. Maybe my asset free trial has expired, so now I want to purchase the asset software. So I can click on the buy license to do that. So the Teams tab also has a search feature where you can search for team members, and that is the little magnifying glass icon. So if you click on the magnifying glass icon, it'll pop up a search box for you, and you can enter a name of your team. So in my case, I entered Travis, and it narrows the search of all the different people on your team down to that particular person. It gives you the search results for that. Now, with my little tiny team of 4, it's really not necessary to use a search box because I can see the entire team on the screen. But I have logged into customer accounts where they've got, 30, 40, 50 different people on their team. So, you can scroll through to find the person, or you can just use the magnifying glass search option. That's pretty handy. Next, we've got the filter feature where you can filter or search for team members based on their license type. So here you can see the little funnel icon, and if you click on the funnel icon, this is the pop-up box that you'll get. These are all the different license types that are available currently in Fluke Connect software. So you've got the free measurement software that I talked about. You've got the assets free trial, that 1-year free trial. You've got the assets paid version, and then you've got the condition monitoring options. Now, this feature might come in handy. Let's say you're in our previous scenario, we had one condition monitoring expert, and that was Tammy. And she's going to go on vacation to Hawaii for a week. So we need to assign a couple of other team members a vibration license so that they can take over while she's out on vacation. So if I wanted to, I could search for all the people on my team that have the assets level license and then go in and assign them to a vibration license so they can handle Tammy's responsibilities while she's out on vacation. The Teams tab also has a help tutorial where you can see an explanation of each one of the different features available in the Teams tab. So that is available here. If you click on the little question mark icon, you'll get the pop-up that says welcome to the new team page. It's been around for a little while, so it's not exactly new anymore, but it does have a lot of functionality. And if you click the next option here, you can page through and look at all the different explanations available for the features that you have available on the team tab. So you've just seen a high-level overview of Fluke Connect an overview of the Fluke Connect Teams features. So now we're going to go through how Fluke Connect Teams works. I will be showing you how a Fluke Connect team administrator, that's Riley Russell, will add a new team member, Steve Sampson, to her team, how I can change his license type, how I can designate him as the administrator, how I can delete or remove him from my team. It's an overall flow in the life of a team member and the likely changes his account might see. So we start on the Team tab in the web app. So we would click here on the Team tab. And since we're going to begin by adding a new team member, we do that by sending that team member an invitation. So here you can see Steve's no longer on the team. I deleted him. So we've just got our 3 members of our team, me, I'm the team administrator, Mark, and Travis. So I want to add Steve to the team. So I click the blue invite button. That takes me to the invite team member screen. Okay, so in step number 1, the first thing you're going to want to do is enter Steve's email address. This is the email address for the person that I want to add to my team. So make sure when you're sending this email, you've got that person's correct email address. In this case, the email address we're using is fcdemo2021@gmail.com. Now, the reason why I have a call out here next to the email address is because after you enter the email address, what you'll want to do is click the enter button on your keyboard. If you use the tab key, if you use the space bar, if you use the mouse button to click anywhere else on the screen, it won't register and save this as the email address. So, and then you won't be able to use the send button. It'll give you a little not sign over top the send button. So after you enter the first email address, please be sure to hit the enter key. And then here's where you could enter a custom message. Right now, we give you a default message. You are invited to join Fluke Connect team hosted by Fluke admin. But what you may want to do is customize this and just say, hey, you know, Steve, this is Sean, or this is Riley, the team administrator for the Fluke Connect team. Please accept my team invitation. Otherwise, if Steve gets this email, he may think this is spam because this looks pretty generic. The other thing that you can do, which is great about our software, is that you can enter more than one email address. So maybe you've just hired 5 new people and you know they're all going to be part of your Fluke Connect team. So all you have to do is type in the email address, hit the enter key, type in the next email address, hit the enter key. You do not need to use commas or semicolons or anything like that. Just enter in the next email address and hit the enter key. Once you're done entering the email addresses and customizing your message, you click the blue send button, and that will send an email invitation to the person that you're trying to invite to the Fluke Connect team. So if I click the send button, what I'll notice here is that I've gone from my team tab to the pending invitation sub-tab, and it's gone from 1 to 2. I now have 2 invitations that I've sent out. This is the one that I just sent out a moment ago, fcdemo2021@gmail.com. This was the date I sent it. Here I can see there's an older invitation that I sent out to someone at Fluke Connect 2018@hotmail.com. This happens to be Daisy's email. I sent it to her on June 20th, 2020, and she still has not accepted yet. So I might want to reach out to Daisy and ask her why she hasn't accepted my invitation yet. Now I'm logged into Steve's email account. So remember his email was fcdemo2021@gmail.com. So for those of you familiar, I'm logged into his Gmail email account, and this is the email invitation he's going to see. It says it was sent from no reply and Fluke Connect team invite. You were invited to join Fluke Connect team hosted by Fluke Connect admin. So it looks pretty generic, and that's why sometimes people who see this, if they're not specifically told they're going to be receiving this email, sometimes we'll click this and delete this thinking it's spam. The other problem that sometimes occurs when we send out these email invitations is that they end up in the junk folder or the spam folder. So if the person you sent the email to says, hey, I never got your email, be sure to have them check their junk folder or their spam folder. So once Steve opens up this email, this is what he's going to see, that generic message. And then he'll have 2 options, accept invite and decline invite. Of course, he's going to click the yellow accept invite button. And once he does that, it will take him to this screen where he has 2 choices. The first choice says join with your Fluke ID. So if Steve has already created his Fluke Connect account, maybe I told him last week that he was going to be joining the Fluke Connect team and he got excited over the weekend and set up, decided to log in and create his own Fluke Connect account, he can do that because he's already done the create account part. If he was busy over the weekend building snowman with his kids, then he maybe didn't have time to set up a new account, so he can do step number 2, which is create a new account. He can enter his first name and last name. He can enter in his password, select where he's from, all that information, and then click the create account button. Now here you can see this is hard coded. He's not able to change this because this is where I sent the email invitation, fcdemo2021@gmail.com. So if Steve already had an account and he joined with his existing ID, this is going to be the message that he gets. It'll say successful, you've joined Riley. So basically he's joined the Riley team, and he's got an option to go to the Fluke Connect website. Now, if he's used a brand new account that he just created, it tells him that his Fluke ID registration was successful and he's joined the Riley team. So back in the Fluke Connect web app, I'm logged in as a team administrator, Riley Russell. So you can see here, I'm logged in as Riley Russell and I'm looking at Riley's team. Since Steve has accepted my invitation, he's moved from the pending invitations tab, which was set to 2 before, to the my team tab. Excuse me. So now you can see I've got 4 members on my team, including Steve with his email address, fcdemo2021@gmail.com. So maybe a few months go by and Steve's doing a great job. So I want to give him more access to the top tier Fluke Connect software, the condition monitoring software. So I click the pencil icon next to his name by the number 1 to change his license type. So right now Steve's on the assets free trial, but he's doing an amazing job. So I want to promote him to a vibration person. So I click the pencil icon. And once I do that, I can see for his user account, I've got 3 options. I can assign him Fluke Connect measurements. He's currently assigned Fluke Connect assets, or I can promote him like I plan to and assign him Fluke Connect condition monitoring. And you can see here that Fluke Connect assets includes all of the features of measurements and assets, and Fluke Connect condition monitoring contains all of the features of measurements, assets, and condition monitoring. Now, when you select Fluke Connect condition monitoring, there are various license types available within the condition monitoring tier, power monitoring and vibration, for example. So you'll need to select this radio button and then the appropriate checkbox. And once you've changed whatever it is you want to change about Steve's account, then you need to be sure to click the blue Save button at the bottom right-hand corner. Now, for a more detailed explanation of all the Fluke Connect tiers of software, you can check out my Fluke Connect workshop from last month. You can find that workshop at fluke.com/quickstart and click on the Tools tile. So maybe a few more months go by and Steve is still doing a great job, so I want to assign him the team administrator role. This would give him all the abilities I currently have as team administrator, like adding other team members, deleting other team members. And in general, it's a good idea to have a backup team administrator in case the primary team administrator leaves the company or is on vacation or out sick. But this is a very powerful role, so be sure to choose the person wisely. It does happen often that customers call into technical support and their team administrator has left the company and now they're a bit stuck. No one else in the team can do the adding and deleting of users. So it's a good idea to have someone as a backup. So let's say I want to make Steve my backup. So I click the pencil icon in order to edit his account again. We're back at the edit member screen, but this time we're looking at the type of user. So Steve was a standard user. So I clicked on the drop-down list box and I want to set him to be an administrator. So I'll select administrator and I'll click save. And what you'll notice once I do that, Steve will now also have the administrator icon that I have. So you can see that I'm an administrator and Steve's an administrator. And you can see who's in charge of the team by whose account you can delete. Again, mine's not deletable, so I'm the team lead and Steve is the alternate. Okay, so a few more months go by and Steve has acquired even more skills. So he's off to a new management position at another company. And while I'm happy for Steve, I need to keep our data secure. So I need to delete his account to remove him from the Fluke Connect team. So to delete Steve's account, I just find his account here on the Teams tab. I click the little trash can icon next to his name by the number 1. Once I do that, it'll provide me with a pop-up to ask me if I'm sure I want to remove Steve from the team. So I click the blue remove button to confirm. And once I've done that, you'll see that back on the main Teams tab, Steve's gone. Steve's not on the team anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to use some of the features you just saw in the presentation in the live software. So I'm going to toggle over to the Fluke Connect web app. Okay, and remember, we're working with Fluke Connect Teams, so we're going to go to the Team tab. Here you can see that I'm logged in as Riley Russell, my demo account, and I'm on Riley's team. I've got my email address, and you can see I'm designated as the administrator. I've also got Mark, Steve, and Travis on the team. You can see our license types. I've got the asset free trial. Mark has measurements. Steve and Travis also have assets free trial. You can also see to the right of that is the action area where I've got the pencil icons here next to each one of the users so that I can edit their account if I need to. There's also the trash can icon next to the team members, so I can delete those accounts if I want to. And if you're familiar with the Fluke Connect software, you'll know that anytime you see the pencil icon, that means you have the ability to go in and edit. And anytime you see the trash can icon, that means you have the ability to delete. So again, you'll notice that mine has that special icon here, which means I can assign my administrator responsibility over to someone else before I leave the team. In the upper left-hand corner, we've got the blue invite button. This is where we go to add team members. And next to that, we've got the magnifying glass, and this is where we go to search for team members. So if I click there and I type in the name Travis or start to, it finds the name Travis for me. And just like I said during the presentation, it's not really necessary for my tiny little team of 4, but I have logged into accounts where customers have teams of 30 or 40 or 50 people even, and the search option would come in quite handy for that. I also have the funnel, which gives me the ability to filter. So I can filter by license type. So if I say I only want to see all the team members that have just the measurements license, I click that and you'll see now that there's only one person on my team with measurements. I can clear that and I can say I want to see just the people on the team that have the assets free trial. And that for my team, that's everyone else. Now, like I said, this can come in handy because if you want to say take all the people that have the assets license and promote them to the top tier condition monitoring license, you can do that. You can use the filter to quickly find all the people on your team with the assets license. Back into the middle of the screen here, we have the pending invitations tab. So when I send out an invite, it will show up here with a date stamp so I can see when I sent that invitation. I can see, who I sent it to, what the email address is for. Off to the right-hand side of the screen, I've got manage licenses. So this is where I can go in, and if I need to, I can purchase more licenses, like go in and buy licenses, because right now it's saying I don't have any licenses to assign, so I need to buy some. This will actually send an email to the Fluke Connect team, and it'll notify someone there that you want to purchase a license, and someone from Fluke Connect will reach out to you. In the upper right-hand corner, I've got the question mark icon, and this is where you can get the help information. So it tells you, you're welcome to the new team tab. If you click next, it'll say, click the pending invites tab to view the list of members you've invited. It tells you, what the main page contains, the administrator icon. So just kind of a quick explanation of all the different icons and how they work. So after this presentation, if it's been a couple of months and you've forgotten some of the things, you can go use the question mark to pull that information up. Now let's go through a few common team management activities. Let's start by adding a team member, and we do this by sending that team member an email invitation. So we're going to go, let's go back over here. We're going to click the blue invite button. And here we're going to enter the email address of the person that we want to invite. So I've created an email here, Kyle. Make sure I have that right. Kyle, KOWALZKA @gmail.com. And remember, we hit the enter key. See what happens if I don't hit the enter key. I go to try to do the send. It's going to give me that not allowed. So if I hit the space bar or if I use the mouse to move, it's going to give me that not allowed. So remember, you have to hit the enter key. And once you do, now it's enabled. So now I can go ahead and click the send option. And I did recommend customizing your message. So I might want to say, hey, Kyle. That way he knows that it's actually not spam. It's something from me. And once I'm ready, I can click the send button. Remember, I can also enter in additional users. You can see I can just go back up here and type in another email address and then hit the enter key. And that way I could send out email invites to multiple people at one time. You don't need to do them one at a time. Oops, I went too far. WALZKA @gmail.com, enter. There we go. So I click the send button. And now, once my web screen refreshes, you'll see my pending invitation went from 1 to 2. And this is the email I just sent out a moment ago. Today's February 25th. So you can see I sent out that email. Kyle's account would get the assets free trial because he's a new user. Now, if I wanted to, like let's say this is the one for Daisy and I want to delete this pending invitation because maybe she's already left the company, I can click the delete option here. I don't need to leave those invitations out there. Okay, so now maybe we want to go in and promote Steve to administrator like I showed you during the presentation. Remember to edit an account, we click the pencil icon. So where's Steve? Here's Steve. So you can see that Steve doesn't have the administrator icon, but I want to give him that functionality. So I click the pencil icon and I'll say I want to change him from a standard user to an administrator. So I select administrator. Then I click the blue save button down here in the corner. You can see now Steve also has the administrator icon just like I do. So now he has all the same access that I do, the ability to add users, the ability to delete users, everything. Now, maybe a few more months have passed and Steve is leaving the company to go work for someone else. So we want to delete his account. We're able to do that because there's another administrator already on the team. So I can click the delete button here, which is the trash can. And it's going to just ask me to verify that I do in fact want to remove Steve as a team member, and I do. So I go ahead and click the remove button. And once the web page refreshes, boom, Steve's now gone. He's not on the team anymore. Okay, that wraps up the demonstration. So now we'll go back to the presentation. And next, we're going to show you Fluke Connect Teams in the mobile app. So this is going to be a real quick overview of the Fluke Connect Teams in the mobile app. You'll see the same flow as you just saw in the web app, but in the mobile app, so you can compare the two. To get to the Teams section of the mobile app, you'll click on the menu option here. You'll select Team, and then you'll select My Team, and then you'll see you've got the same two tab options as you do on the web app, My Team and Pending Invitations. Excuse me. So if we click on My Team, we'll see that we've got our 3 members of our team, me, Mark, and Travis. And since I again want to invite, in this case, we're going to invite Steve back to join our Fluke Connect team. In our scenario, maybe he's come back to the company, so we want to add him back to our team. So we click the blue invite button down here at the bottom of the screen. We enter Steve's email address, fcdemo2021@gmail.com. We hit the enter key. Then we can move down here where we can customize our message. You know, you're invited to join the team by Riley. And finally, we just need to click the send button. Again, here too, you can also add multiple team members. So if you needed to, you could send multiple invites at once. Once we click the send button, we go over to the pending invites section of the app, and we can see that now we've got, this is our old invitation we sent to Daisy a while ago, and this is our current invitation we just sent to Steve, fcdemo2021@gmail.com. Here again, I'm logged into Steve's Gmail account, fcdemo2021@gmail.com. This is the invitation. He would click on the email, click the accept invite option. He could either join the team with his existing Fluke Connect ID, or he could create a new account. And he's gonna get one of these two options as his messages. You know, you've successfully joined the team with your existing account, or you successfully registered your new account and you've joined the team. And once he clicks accept and he's joined the team, or rejoined the team in this case, we can see in the mobile app under my team, he's listed here among the 3 other team members. And again, because we know Steve's qualified, maybe we want to promote him to be the team administrator. So I have a backup person. So I just click on Steve's user account in the mobile app. I'll select from the options here. I click the drop-down list box and I select administrator. I've got 2 options, standard and administrator. So I click on administrator, and then now I can see that his user type has been changed from standard to administrator. So I can click the save button to save this information, the blue save button. And once I do, I can see that Steve's account now has the administrator logo next to it, or the little icon. So I can see that I'm an administrator and Steve's an administrator, and we also have Mark and Travis. So maybe another year or 2 goes by, let's say. Steve's going to stick around for a little while, but then he decides he's ready to retire perhaps. So we want to remove him from the team since he's not going to be working with us anymore. So we click on his account. We click the trash can icon because we want to delete him from our team again. So we click delete, the trash can icon, and then we're prompted with a confirmation pop-up. It says, are you sure you want to remove Steve from the team? And we click remove because we are in fact sure, and then we're taken back to the main team screen again, and we can see that we're back down to three team members. So now you've seen an overview of Fluke Connect Teams, and you should be able to use this information to manage your Fluke Connect team accounts. Other Fluke Connect resources or information can be found here. You can check out the Fluke Connect website or on fluke.com, or watch a few of the how-to videos available on the Excelix website or on our various YouTube channels. If you're interested in learning more about Fluke tools or condition monitoring, you can reach out to our sales team. Our sales team can be contacted at this phone number, 888-243-1007, or you can email them at sales@excelix.com. If you're an existing Fluke Connect person or user and you need help with anything, or you have questions, or you have additional questions from today that might not get answered, you can reach out to our Fluke Connect support technical support team. They're at 425-200-0080, or you can email them at flukeconnectsupport@fluke.com. And again, like I said, the videos are available at fluke.com/quickstart, and you want to click on the tools tile in the options. So that concludes the presentation portion of our 10th Fluke Connect workshop. In the next day or 2, you will all be receiving an email thanking you for attending. It will include a link to the recording of this presentation and a link to register for the next Fluke Connect workshop on Thursday, March 25th, where I will be covering how to create a thermal image report in the Fluke Connect desktop app. Also, at the conclusion of the session, you will be asked to provide feedback on the presentation in a short survey. Please take a moment to do so. We do read all of the comments and they do get passed up the line to management, so we appreciate your feedback. I will be taking questions now. As a reminder, please keep questions to the topic we just covered. If you have other questions or your question doesn't get answered, please feel free to contact our technical support team at Fluke Connect Support at fluke.com or 425-200-0080. And give me a moment to stop the recording.